The next topic of our medical biotechnology course is about the stem cell. And when we attach stem cell or try to connect it with the biotechnology, that means it's about using this thing or using stem cells, incorporate that thing into some sort of technology. And I have already explained you guys about those things, that we are raising all sorts of technologies for one agenda, for one purpose, and that is to create better and stronger humans. That is the ultimate agenda of every sort of technology we are raising. So using stem cells to incorporate into technology to increase the lifespan of human beings, or to create a better living conditions for human beings. That's what I believe is the purpose behind every other technology. In the context of our class, we will try to see that the stem cells and how we can create the stem cells. What are the what the hell are the stem cells? How we can create them? How we can use the stem cells to replace the adult cells or to fix the errors present in the adult cells. Because whenever there is an error in our cells, when we are adults, those errors will going to impart abnormality, which in other words is called as disease. So if a disease arises due to the functions of cells, due to the dysfunctions of cells, we can replace those faulty cells with the correct ones with the help of the stem cells. So how that is possible, how we can use stem cells in all these different things. But the first and the foremost, that is the more important thing before using something into technology, before making use of something, we should know that important stuff, that what that thing is, what the stem cell is. And I will try to teach you about the philosophy behind the stem cells that might help you to understand how we can harvest the potential present in the stem cells for different purposes. So let's start. What is thing which we call as the stem cells? So before we understand the stem cells, we should know about the cells. By definition, stem cell is the one which has the potential to become every sort of cell out there, which can be converted or which can transform itself into a neuron, which can transform itself to a muscle, which can transform itself to a blood cell, which can transform itself to epithelial cells and other type of cells. This is the potential of a stem cell, that it can be converted or transform into all different types of cells. That phenomena of change is called as differentiation. This thing is called as differentiation. And you always please, as my students, you will have to think the concept of space and time in the process of differentiation. The space time is a very important factor. Biology में space time की term को इस्तेमाल करना थोड़ा सा weird है, but please try to incorporate that concept in the stem cell differentiation. A stem cell at T0 is different as compared to the stem cell at T1 minute. And that will going to be different to the stem cell who is T minus 100 minutes. And that stem cell will going to be entirely different at the T minus 1 year. So with every second, with every passing time, and in different conditions, the cell slowly transforms and changes its phenotype to become different and little different and little different, and eventually it will become something. Eventually it will become something which cannot change its structure, which cannot change its phenotype. That something is called as differentiated version of cells. It might be a neuron, it might be a blood cell, it might be a muscle. So those states are achieved out of a series of gradual changes within the very much structure of the cell, within the very much structure of the cell. And that slowly transform one cell into another cell. That cell will become different and then different, and eventually it will become an entirely different set of cell. And that entirely different version of cell is called as differentiated cell. It's like a product, but each and every state in between the stem cell and the adult cell or the differentiated cell, everything between here and there. So this is the origin, this is the end. So like any chemical reaction, the origin does not converted into the end product directly. It has series of gradual changes depending on time and time and space, which convert this stem cell into a neuron. And each one state is different than the other one. Just try to keep that thing in your mind when I will be explaining this thing further. So a stem cell is the one cell which has a potential and ability to convert itself into all sorts of cells. The most easiest of the example we can imagine is about the zygote, the one cell which ultimately converted into a baby, A baby's body is made up of large number of different types of cells. All those different types of cells which are phenotypically so different from each other. The eye cell is so different from the heart muscle cell. The heart muscle cell is so different from the epithelial cells. They are so different from the other cells. But all of those different types of cells arises from the same origin, from the same cell. That means this cell has the potential to produce all those different types of cells present in the baby's body. And that is considered as the stem cell. Since that stem cell is present in an embryo, so that is also called as embryonic stem cells. It's called as embryonic stem cell. It's called as embryonic stem cell. Please remember that, because it is present in embryo. By definition, these are the best possible versions and available options as stem cells. They have the maximum potential of becoming everything. But the potential of that stem cell depends in the context of that stem cell in time and space. क्या मतलब है इसका? Let me help you. Okay, ये बहुत अहम है. ये philosophy समझना बहुत जरूरी है to understand this thing. So let's start with a stem cell which has the potential. Let's suppose it's a zygote. I've just shared an example of the zygote. The zygote, the end product of the zygote is the baby. It will be converted into the baby. And that baby is made up of large number of different types of cells. So there are different types of cells present in the baby's body. All these different types of cells arises from that one single cell, which is called as zygote. That zygote during the process will be initially converted into 2 cells, and then that is converted into 4 cell, and that is converted into 8 cells and 16 cells. Then the story continues, and it started becoming increasing its number as well as changing its phenotype, and eventually converted into a baby. I don't want to go into the details, those fascinating details of biology development. I should go, by the way. That's very important. Someday I will tell you. This is the t minus 0 when everything starts. Let's suppose this is the t minus 1 day. I'm just supposing, okay? I believe that in a day the cell started dividing faster. Let's suppose this is the t minus 2 days. No, not t minus, this is the t 2 days. Minus ni plus. This is the t plus 3 days. For example, this is the t plus 9 months. So if I, based on the thing which I have shared with you guys, based on the context of space and time, the stem cell here has a different potential. There are two forces going on. There are two things are going on within the this process. The potential of the stem cell as being a stem cell is maximum here. That thing is I am referring that thing as stemness. The stemness of that cell is maximum at T0. When that cell is converted into a differentiated cell, a fully functional differentiated cell, like the neuron is a fully functional differentiated cell. The stemness is minimum here. It has a minimum, but the differentiation is maximum. Differentiation is maximum. When I said differentiation is maximum, that means that cell is capable of executing a job. If I ask you, stem cell can execute a job? The answer is no. Stem cell is not differentiated. It does not have specialized structures and proteins to execute certain functions. हम कितनी इज्जत देते हैं stem cells को, but they are not able to do anything. They're not designed for that. These are the differentiated cells, like epithelial cells, right, which can carry out specific functions. Neurons can transmit the nerve impulses. Blood cells can transmit oxygen and produce immune system. Epithelial provide protection, can create the skin. All these specialized function can be executed with the help of differentiated cell. Two things and two forces are going on in this context of time and space. The first is the stemness. The stemness were maximum and then it decreases over the period of time. And once the baby is born, large number of most of the cells are converted into differentiated cells and their stemness is lost. They are not able to produce different types of cells anymore. The other thing is the differentiation. Differentiation is less at the start, but over the period of time it increases, and then eventually it will become maximum. So the differentiation and the stemness, they are like changed over the period of time during the process of development. When the baby is born, it is made up of mainly of differentiated cells. When the zygote was there, it is mainly an undifferentiated stem cell. If you ask me the potential of stem cell, if you want me to compare the potential of stem cells with on the T plus 1 day here versus T plus 3D or 3 days, the cells present on the third day and the cells present in 24 hours. So in 24 hours, we have these cells. In 72 hours, we have these cells. If I ask you to take those cells out and compare the level of stemness between these two cells, so I can tell you, as a stem cell, this cell will be better. They have more potential as a stem cell. As a differentiated cells, these cells might be better because they are under the process of differentiation. there will always a line, there is always a state. This is a very important thing. Please stay with me, okay? Sona nahi hai, okay? There is always a state when the cell started becoming or started the process of differentiation. There is always a state when the cell's phenotype is changed so much that it is impossible for that cell to go back from here. Uska jo potential hai as being stem cell is lost that much that that particular cell is now no longer able to go back to the stem cell anymore. It will have to be converted into a differentiated cell. Either that differentiated cell will be the neuron in this case, or that differentiated cell might be the epithelial cell. So let's suppose if that the same stem cell will start losing its stemness, will start it becoming different, and then there will be a stage when that stem cell will no longer able to go back. It has a defined destination. In this case, this destination is the neuron. In this case, this destination is an epithelial cell. No one can stop that cell to become an epithelial cell now. This is the thing which we call as the cell is committed. This is something which we call as the cell is committed. So with the passage of time during the process of development, the cells started losing their potential as a stem cell and started developing their specialities or started increasing the level of the differentiation they are having. जी अबीर आपने हैंड रेज किया है. You need to ask a question. Please proceed.
Sir, I wanted to ask you what exactly differentiates a stem cell from a normal cell. Is it like the telomeres or the cell consistency or what?
नहीं आपको टेलोमेर बहुत पसंद है आपकी क्लास को. मैं बताता हूँ. I'm just trying to create a story. First to put the bricks of your concepts right. यहां तक समझ आया? Any question? अभी क्लियर हो जाएगा ये. I will try to explain. मैं इसको पूरी कोशिश करूंगा. मैं अपनी सलाहियत के मुताबिक आपको समझाने की पूरी कोशिश करूंगा. Hopefully, इंशाल्लाह. जी हिना. We have question from Hina. जी हिना.
Yes, sir. It might be a little off topic, but I wanted to ask.
कोई बात नहीं.
कि जो plant cells होते हैं, even though when they are differentiated, they are totipotent. मतलब they can create the whole, new organism from a single cell, even from the differentiated cell. But why is this not case possible in animal cells?
No, animal cells ऐसे होता है. मतलब क्या फर्क है? आपके क्वेश्चन की मुझे लॉजिक समझ नहीं आ रही. मुझे समझाएं.
सर मतलब मेरा ये है कि जो प्लांट सेल्स होते हैं उसमें जो डिफरेंशिएटेड सेल भी होता है वो भी एक डिफरेंशिएटेड सेल लाइक जो सर्टेन सेल्स है.
ओके आई अंडरस्टैंड योर पॉइंट. आपका पॉइंट एड्रेस होगा जब मैं आपको डिफरेंस समझाऊंगा एम्ब्रियोनिक एंड एडल्ट स्टेम सेल में. ओके ये मैं आपको समझाऊंगा. मैं आपको बताऊंगा. प्लीज कीप अ नोट ऑफ दैट थिंग. There will be a time when I will be telling you, maybe in the next class, जब हम वहां पहुंचेंगे कि जहां पर मैं आपको बताऊंगा there is the difference between embryonic stem cells and the adult stem cells. तो वहां पर आपको समझ आ जाएगा कि ह्यूमन बॉडी के अंदर भी ऐसे स्टेम सेल्स होते हैं which are capable of becoming something. आपको immediately आंसर ये करता हूं कि think about your bone marrow cells. Your bone marrow cells are able to produce large number of cells. Bone marrow cells are able to produce red cells. The answer is yes. They are able to produce white blood cells. The answer is yes. Platelets, the answer is yes. So all the cells are coming from one single source, and those cell sources are present within the bone marrow. So we do have the potential, but that is not a kind of stem cell which is present in the embryo. The stem cell present in the embryo is like have a more potential of becoming everything. ठीक हो गया?
And so do people experiment on this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why not?
Stem cells.
Yeah, बहुत सारे.
So how is it ethical?
हाँ मैं वो बताता हूँ कैसे एथिकल है. शाबाश, गुड पॉइंट. कीप अ नोट ऑफ दैट थिंग एज वेल. ठीक है. हम मेरा इस वक्त का सबसे ज्यादा फोकस इस बात पे है दैट यू गाइस शुड बी एबल टू क्रिएट योर कॉन्सेप्ट अबाउट स्टेम सेल राइट. सबसे पहले जरूरी है कि ये होता कैसे है. the most important thing we should understand. अगर किसी का क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो मैं इस डिबेट को आगे लेके जाता हूँ, आपके कॉन्सेप्ट्स की नेक्स्ट ब्रिक्स रखने की कोशिश करते हैं, ठीक है? There is a question from a student. I think I have addressed that thing. Okay, what exactly differentiates stem cell from? Oh, why not? It's a good question. But before you understand what is the difference between stem cells and other cells, there is one basic question you should know. What is the difference between different types of cells? है ना? What is the difference between different types of cell? मौजम, आपने कुछ पूछना है जी, पूछिए.
यस सर. सर हम अभी पढ़े हैं कि अनडिफरेंशिएटेड जो सेल्स हैं वो डिफरेंशिएट होंगे और अपना अपना फंक्शन यानी अपने अपने सेल में कन्वर्ट हो जाएंगे, अपना अपना फंक्शन जान लेंगे वो. तो सर जब म्यूटेशन आ जाए अगर इस डिफरेंशिएशन के दौरान, तो फिर तो सारा मामला तलपट नहीं हो जाता?
जी जी जी.
क्योंकि उस टाइम तो कोई इतनी मशीनरी भी नहीं होती कि मदर की मशीनरी यूज हो रही होती है. मदर के अपने सेल्स भी डिवाइड कर रहे होते हैं और जो फीटस है, एम्ब्रियो है, उसके भी डिवाइड कर रहे होते हैं. तो एक जो इम्यून सिस्टम उसने दोनों चीजों को लुक आफ्टर करना है. और दूसरी बात, डीएनए रिपेयर एंजाइम्स भी कोई इतनी मैच्योर नहीं हुई होती उस स्टेज में. तो अगर म्यूटेशन आ जाए तो उसका क्या हल होता है?
मौजम, पहला पॉइंट तो ये है कि क़यामत भी आ जाए तो हम उसका क्या कर सकते हैं? If something is inevitable out there, we can't stop it. Like अगर दुनिया खत्म हो जाए तो हम क्या करेंगे? म्यूटेशन उनमें, ये जो आपकी समझ है ना कि डेवलपमेंट में चीजें मैच्योर नहीं होती, इसको बहुत अच्छे से ठीक करने की जरूरत है. इस कॉन्सेप्ट को बिल्कुल 180 पे लेके जाके देखो. आपकी पूरी दुनिया में तमाम तर टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल करने के बावजूद वी आर नॉट एबल टू मिमिक द प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. साइंस आज किसी भी तरह से इस पोजीशन में नहीं है कि वो डेवलपमेंट के प्रोसीजर को मिमिक कर सके. पहली बात, इतनी एडवांस चीजें हो रही होती हैं डेवलपमेंट के अंदर, कि हम इतनी ज्यादा रेगुलेशन टाइटली कंट्रोल हो रही होती है जो हम सोच भी नहीं सकते किसी सेल्स के अंदर वो डेवलपमेंट में हो रहा होता है. दूसरी बात, अगर कोई फिनोमेना लाइफ साइंसेज में है, इफ देयर इज अ सिचुएशन, आप एपोप्टोसिस की बात करते हैं, आप सेल प्रोलिफरेशन की बात करते हैं, आप सेल ग्रोथ की बात करते हैं, सेल विटालिटी की बात करते हैं, आप सेल फिनोमेना का नाम लें. If there is a cell phenomena of life sciences out there, it is executed and controlled and regulated during development. वो डेवलपमेंट में होता है. डेवलपमेंट के दौरान हर तरह की बायोलॉजी एक्सिक्यूट होती है, कंट्रोल्ड होती है. And DNA repair mechanism is not present outside the cells. DNA repair mechanism is present within the cells. वो इतना एडवांस काम कर रहा होता है, इतना एडवांस काम कर रहा होता है. आप इमेजिन करें कि कई सेल्स बनने होते हैं, कई सेल्स कटने होते हैं, कई सेल्स में अंदर आप ये हमारा हाथ वेब की तरह बनता है ना, डक वेब, जैसे डक के उंगलियों के दरमियान में हमारे यहाँ पर भी मटेरियल मौजूद होता है दरमियान में. तो वो भी तो सेल्स बने हुए थे, लेकिन हमारे सेल्स ने चूज किया नहीं, इनको मर जाना चाहिए, इस सेल्स को भी मर जाना चाहिए. हमारे चेहरे की कटिंग होती है ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, इवेंचुअली वी लाइक मेक आवर इट क्रिएट आवर फेस. सो लॉट ऑफ वंडरफुल डिफिकल्ट थिंग्स जो बायोलॉजिकली अनइमेजिनेबल हैं, इम्पॉसिबल टू एक्सिक्यूट बाय ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, वो दोज आर रेगुलेटेड ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. तो पहली बात. अब अगला सवाल, अगर उसमें म्यूटेशन आ जाएगी तो उसका जवाब क्या है? इसका जवाब बायोलॉजी है. जहां पर भी कहीं पर म्यूटेशन आ जाएगी तो क्या होगा? वी नो दैट फंक्शन विल बी लॉस्ट. अगर वो म्यूटेशन इस तरह की है तो वो जो भी चीज फंक्शन कर रही होगी, जो वाला भी फंक्शन कर रही होगी, दैट फंक्शन विल बी लॉस्ट. ठीक है मुज़म, समझ आया?
यस.
तो ये बहुत डेवलपमेंट जो है ना, ये जो मॉम्स के पैरों में जन्नत जाती है ना, ये बड़ा खास प्रोजेक्ट. आई विश, यानी कि मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ, अगर आपने बायोलॉजी पढ़नी है तो डेवलपमेंट पढ़ें, बस जो आपको समझ आ जाएंगे. यू केम टू नो अबाउट एवरीथिंग. सो लेट्स सी हाउ व्हाट मेक्स वन सेल डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अदर. सो दिस इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ अ न्यूरॉन. लेट्स सपोज 2 मरतबा हो गया. दिस इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ द न्यूरॉन, एंड देयर इज अनदर एग्जांपल, that is an example of an epithelial cell. So there is a neuron over there. So this cell is different from this cell, extraordinarily different from each other. They can execute different functions. They can have different proteins. They have different structures, entirely different things. But theoretically, this cell is made up of, if I go to the nucleus of that cell, this cell, and if I go to the nucleus of this cell, both the cells, they are carrying a genome. Both of cells are carrying the genome, the DNA, which is exactly 100% similar to each other. So it's like having the same genome, a similar, not similar, identical genome is present in the two cells because these two cells belongs to one body. So identical genome is present in these two cells, but the same genome is able to execute entirely do two different functions in these two cells. वही वाला genome जब यहाँ पर होता है तो वो इसको epithelial cell बना देता है, epithelial cell बना देता है. The same genome when present here, it will convert this cell. The same genome is able to execute the function of neuronal cells here. How it is possible to have a cell with the same genetic material to execute different functions at the same time? Like everything starts from the zygote, but in babies we have different types of cells. The eye cells are different, the retinal cells are different, the skin cells are different, the heart muscle cells are different. How it is possible that each and every cell which originates from zygote and receives the same genetic material, 100% same genetic material with respect to the zygote, how they able to start doing things in that much different way? How they will become so different from zygote? This comes from zygote, the answer is yes. This comes from zygote, the answer is yes. Now, how it is possible they will become so different that they looks like, species of different planets. They're doing things in that much different way. So the answer lies in the fact that although both of them contain the same genome, this is the DNA of the neuronal cell, it contains different types of, it contains genes located on different places and different locations. This is the genome of the epithelial cell. It contains the same genes with the same sequence present in the same way. There is no difference in the sequence of DNA here and in the sequence of DNA here. You can ask me why there is no difference. Because both of them comes from the same source. Both of them come from the same source, and that same source is zygote, one single cell. All the divisions are mitotic after that. So every daughter cell will be able to be exactly same as compared to the parent cell. So that is a very interesting and a universal question, that how all the differentiated cells are able to execute the functions differently from each other, although they originated from the same cells and they are carrying identical DNA. I have another question, and the meeting time is almost over. Let me read the question. Sir, you said a certain type of cells can't survive outside their environment, so maybe environmental plays a part too in locking some genes. Yes. Please keep brainstorming, Abir. Keep thinking and creating your own why, how. This is very important as a student. More important thing is the concept and the question. समझ आ रही है कि सवाल क्या है? अब हम इसका जवाब ढूंढते हैं, ठीक है? Join me after the start. So I will going to create 3 types of cells to understand the logic behind the difference. And this is a very fundamental question we usually ask to ourselves, because the difference in the cells, it actually explains and defines. करीम, आपको नई एमआईडी लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. I'm sorry, मैंने ये कई बार explain किया है. The logic behind the difference is an important question, since that question explains the diversity and the versatility between different life forms. How and why we are different from plants, why we are different from other animals, and why different type of things are present within ourselves. The level of complexity in humans and in higher animal depends on the presence of different types of cells. If we are like made up of same type of cells, that will not give us the diversity and complexity which is required to be or to execute the function of humans as human. So the difference between different cell is the key thing. Let's have 3 different types of cells to understand this phenomena. Okay, I'm trying to create this. First type of cell, I'm not writing the name. This is the first type of cells. All these cells arises from a common ancestor. Okay, like a zygote. They have a common ancestor. If I ask you about the genetic makeup of that cell, it contains different genes present and organized in different way. I am numbering those genes like gene number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a very simplified depiction of a very complex phenomena. We have different number of chromosomes, 46 chromosomes out there with hundreds of genes, thousands of genes, sorry, present, dispersed on different locations on different chromosomes. But whatever the sequence of the DNA, whatever the genes present on different chromosomes, as long as the origin is same, this comes from the same zygote, this comes from the same zygote, as long as the origin is same, the distribution of genes and the sequence of genes are identical. It's not similar. Every cell of my body is identical. It arises from the same source. So, and there is a third type of cells. Let me use the neuron cells. So this is the neuron cells. It comes from the same zygote. If I ask you the arrangement of genes, their DNA sequences, they are once again exactly the same. Number 1, number 2, number 3, gene number 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100% identical, no difference at all. So if the cells have no difference in the sequence of the DNA, having same genes, how it is possible that they are like different from each other, like a different species? So this is an example of a stem cell. This is an example of an epithelial cell. And this is an example of a neuronal cell or a neuron. They are designed to do different things. Of course, the epithelial cells and the neuron cells, they are differentiated cells. जी, अली आपने हाथ रेस किया है या accidentally किया है?
Sir, information तो सब में same होती है, but they adapt according to their function.
Okay.
ऐसा नहीं होता इनमें.
कोई बात नहीं, आप अपना मफरूजा पेश करो. नहीं भी होता हो तो क्या हुआ? फर्ज करो ये नहीं भी होता तो क्या हुआ यार? अली ने बोला है ना भी हो तो क्या है? हमें क्या लगे नहीं होता तो हम सीखेंगे ना. ठीक है? Ahmed Naeem, you don't need to write your name and ID unless I ask you to. ठीक है? अली मेरा पॉइंट समझ आया आपको? नहीं आया तो क्या हुआ? Just it's good to have hypothesis. It's good to have statements in your mind that what actually defines the difference between these different type of cells. The next thing is that you should ask, the next thing is that the epithelial cell is carrying the same DNA, the neuron is carrying the same DNA, and then why they are different from each other? It's their ability to use the same DNA in a different way. It's their potential. It's their potential to use the same DNA in a different way. That does not mean they are having different things. I don't know. It means that they are able to use their same DNA or the same genes in different way. For our understanding and to have a correct concept, in epithelial cells, the gene number 1 is not expressed. It was kept in silence. Gene number 4 is not expressed. It was kept in silence. only the gene number 2, 3, and 5 are allowed to express. So the pattern of expression of epithelial cell is 2, 3, and 5. Similarly, in case of, similarly, in case of neuronal cell, look at that. The neurons, they are carrying the same genes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But the same genes are allowed to express in a different way. The same gene is allowed to express in a different way. For example, the cells does not allow gene number 2 to be expressed and gene number 3 to be expressed. So the pattern of expression in the neuronal genes, the pattern of expression of the neuronal genes is like 1, 4, and 5. So this is the pattern of expression of neuronal gene, and this one is the pattern of expression of an epithelial genes. So what that means in an easier way, that means that the neuronal cells are designed to use the same genome in a different way. The epithelial cells are designed to utilize the same genome in yet another different way. And similarly, the stem cells, they are designed to use the same genome in an entirely different way. In what way? That we are actually studying. It is like using the same alphabets. It is like using the same alphabets to create different words and to write different paragraphs and different essays and different books altogether. It is like using the same piano keys to generate different tunes. So the difference in different type of cells, the secret of the difference between different type of cells depends on their potential to utilize the same genes in a different way. The next question which you should logically be asking to yourselves at this time is that then the real power and real force and the real life behind this scene is our potential, that how we can control the pattern of expression of these genes. That how we can control the pattern of expression, because the way we can able to switch and control the patterns of expression of the genes, that will going to define the outcome of the cells. And that will going to define the phenotype of the cells. That will going to define the destiny of the cell. And that will going to define the, I must say, product or the path of differentiation. So the zygote will become a neuron, or the zygote will choose to become an epithelial cell, or the zygote will choose to become a blood cell. It depends on the pattern of gene expression they choose over the period of time. That will gradually change their phenotype, and they will eventually become differentiated cells like neurons or red blood cells or epithelial cells. The real secret, or the real thing which we should think or understand, is that the difference in different types of cells lives in effect that they are using different combinations out of the same genes, which is imparting different phenotype. They are able to control the same things in a different way. The other question, who is responsible? Who gives that potential? Who gives that ability to cells to control the same things in a different way? And that's what we believe life is all about. Life is not about having the DNA. It's about our ability to control the DNA or to regulate the DNA. So the pattern of regulation of gene expression defines the outcome of the cells. So if you ask me, before I conclude this class, that the difference between these three different types, the stem cells and the differentiated cell, is that in the differentiated cells, the cells have a defined pattern of expression. They know what to do. They have a defined jobs. In the stem cells, they do have the potential to access all types of cells it is carrying. It still have the potential to become everything. It still have a potential to select every pattern of expression. That is why it can become everything. So the power of the stem cell lives in the fact that it can still access and adopt and transform itself. It can still use all the pattern and all the combinations of gene expression. That is why it can become everything. If we want to harvest the potential of the stem cells, we should understand what are the factors which control and defines, what are the forces which define how genes are regulated. If we understand those forces, how genes are regulated, we can understand how different cells are different from each other. And ultimately, we can control their difference as well. So theoretically, if we have the power to control and regulate the patterns of expression of gene, we can theoretically convert neuronal cell into an epithelial cell. We can theoretically convert an epithelial cell into a red blood cell. And scientists have done it, by the way. And I will talk more on these things.